New Archon Quest. What's that? Dottoro's back after we obliterated him? How is that possible? Well, I guess we'll find out. We're in Nod-Krai. How the hell are we gonna get our ass back to Sumeru?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it actually has been a while. Long
As it
as a while.
happens, there is a letter here for you. One moment. Here.
Who's writing letters?
A letter? From who?
Hey, we got the outfit.
Dear Diary, I'm Collei. I work as a trainee forest ranger under my master, Tighnari. I'm also studying at the academia.
How do we know all this shit?
I've been getting better and better at reading lately. Mr. Al-Haytham says that the written word is a crucial medium for exploring the world and understanding oneself. That's why I decided to start this diary.
I'll listen to a letter if it's a diary.
That said, what should I write about? Things are pretty quiet in Sumeru these days. Life is good. Every day is a fulfilling and happy one. When I think back to the days when I suffered from Elazar, or way back to when I was injected with God remains, I am in a much better place now. I hope it stays that way forever.
You just doomed the
I'll
world.
leave it there for now. Master said he'll take me shopping in Sumeru City today, which is great, because I've been meaning to visit the toy seller at the Grand Bazaar for a while now.
Toy seller?
Collei, time to go.
What's with the toys?
Yes, Master? Huh?
Master Sethos? Sethos isn't your master. That's not how that works. Also, what says this puddle animation move?
What's wrong, Collei? Is there something on my face?
Bro, ain't no way we got the light-skinned nigga being a master, though.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. Did Master Tighnari send you to pick me up?
Master Tighnari? What are you talking about? Tighnari is the General Mahamatra. He's probably busy arresting criminals in Sumeru City. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, I can introduce you, but...
What?
Wait, Master Tighnari is the General Mahamatra? But what about Mr. Sino?
Oh, okay, so the world's just broken.
Sorry? Oh, you mean that guy who just joined the Vahumana Darshan? Rumor has it he's the leader of the Temple of Silence. If that's true, it's pretty impressive. Sounds like you've been getting to know more and more people since you joined the academia. That's great, but don't let your forest ranger duties fall by the wayside, okay?
What's going on? Sethos is acting like he's my master.
Why don't they switch the
Master
outfits?
Tighnari has taken over Mr. Sino's job. Is this some kind of prank?
So it's going straight into the bullshittery, yeah? World's already
So,
broken?
It's a weird choice of prank. But anyway, Sethos doesn't look like he's joking.
Nor does he look like he's
What is
designed to
this
be a
all
forest
about?
ranger. Where's his combat boots?
You're zoning out again. I'm gonna buy some tools for the rangers. Why don't you stretch your legs a bit? It's been a while since you last visited the city, right?
Wait!
He just walked
He's
away, bro.
right. It has been a while since I last visited Sumeru City.
Let's see how bad everything's messed up.
Was it always like this? I mean, it feels familiar, yet somehow... something seems different.
How's the city already feel different?
Is this really Sumeru City?
Great, so we're gonna get Collei. See, Collei seems to be immune to fucking world destruction. Special story mode save point. When this icon appears on the tracker, yeah, whatever. So we get not even music playing. But...
Hey, did you see who just walked by? I think she's that famous merc.
Oh boy, who's it gonna be?
Hey, did you see who just walked by? I think she's
Watch
that
it be
famous
like
merc.
Nilu or something.
Yeah, it's gotta be her.
It's...
That red
Oh,
hair
red hair.
gives
Yeah,
her
no, it's
away.
Nilu. Okay.
The flame mane. They say she can take down a dozen tough guys with just one
A
hand.
dozen tough guys? Who says tough guys, bro? And what else we can see to fuck up the story?
Did you see who just walked?
So we're gonna get mercenary Nilu? We're gonna get dancer? Fuck.
Ever save enough money to buy that custom-made axe with floral carvings from the blacksmith? How will I ever save enough money to buy that custom-made axe with floral carvings from the blacksmith?
What do you need that for?
To use as a weapon, of course.
You're a warrior?
As Hussein's secretary, I must
Hussein's
ensure his
secretary.
safety. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a homemaker. I used to be a mercenary in the Corps of 30. Peace is precious. but you must always be prepared for the worst.
Is that what Tenemart's fucking... I can't remember what the hell's he did. Now I have to remember which NPC... What's the fucking, That's not, the kid who does the fortune telling. I have to remember all the Sumerian NPCs now. Oh, God. Wait, it's a... instrument shop? Isn't this supposed to be the carpet shop? I'm slowly, like, remembering each one, but...
I heard that the sage disappears without a trace as soon as he gets off work.
The sage?
It's a little mysterious if you ask me.
Alright, now who's the sage? Rima talking about random bullshit? Can I go all over the place? Who's running the... Yo! The Adventurers Guild. It's not even Katheryne. It's one of the actual guild leaders.
The Grand Sage always used to disappear the moment he got off work, but recently, for whatever reason, he's been seen sifting through records in the House of Dana late into the night.
Well, the Grand Sage is still...
We asked him if there was anything unusual going on, but he answered us with a question of his own. Don't you find it strange that someone with my personality would willingly accept the position of sage?
Oh, is it Alhaitham? Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it actually... I wonder, what, can we go all over the city and just explore shit? I mean, why not?
Hey, bud, can I ask you a favor? Is that alright if I borrow your thesis? Don't worry, I'm not gonna copy your work. I just need it as a reference.
Aren't these the two that are always arguing about how the theses are...
That's okay. But if our theses end up sounding too similar, it's gonna be easy for them to spot.
Want to be both our theses?
Yeah, trust me, plagiarism's the last thing on my mind. The only reason I ask is it's been really hard to get my hands on any reference material lately.
Oh, it's Dinya's
Why don't you
are
go ask the Grand Conservator? Candace should be able to find you what you need.
Grand Conservator
She's super
Candace?
friendly. I'm sure she'll be happy
That's
to help.
not right.
Really? I always assumed she'd be tough to negotiate with. Fair enough. I'll try my luck at the House of Dana later then.
Okay, so Candace is a Grand Conservator. Yeah, aren't these two the ones that are always arguing about the fact that they have completely different methodologies of their research? This is actually a fun one, because you know damn well 99.9% of the playbase has no fucking clue what actually changed, because they don't talk to NPCs or interact with them in any capacity. Interesting, the blacksmith is now the guy who's usually off to the side. The blacksmith is requesting stuff. We saw Dunyazar not too far, so talk to Dunyazar. Wonder what she'll be. Will she run the cafe? Yeah, acting manager. Yeah, okay.
Would you like a cup of coffee? The store's been pretty busy lately. Lots of customers have been feeding Ashru, who watches over the shop, and
You have a cat?
now Ashru's put on quite a lot of weight. Maybe I should put up a sign saying, please don't feed the cat.
Lovely. Can we actually go inside? No, okay, I was gonna say there's no way to customize all of it.
Students are under so much pressure these days. Sometimes I just want to write their papers for them.
Alrani? Isn't Alrani the one who goes all over the world because she can't write her paper?
Sometimes I just want to write their papers for them. Peculiar papers come to me for review every day. I really wish they were able to relax once in a while and not be constantly plagued by academic conundrums. It doesn't do a person any good to spend too long down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. She's the one who can't write her paper. This is actually great. This switch up the personalities. Once you someone's gonna make a compilation of all the characters who have the personalities busted up. It's actually crazy how I'm able to just remember such a little interaction with these characters, yet I remember it's all distinct. I know all their personalities. I guess that's just lies, don't forget shit. There's Alhaitham.
Lord
Alhaitham,
Kaveh, did you get a chance to review this month's accounts? Any feedback?
You mean the version you sent over a few days ago? Yeah, I took a
Lord
look when I
Kaveh,
received it.
so he's Dory.
I was thinking that maybe our profit margin is a little excessive. I visited some of our commercial partners last month. Their earnings are very slim.
Are you suggesting that we give up some of our profits for them?
Well, since we have more than we need, yes. Making money for its own sake is pointless. Don't worry, I've already planned for it, and the numbers look fine. We can adjust the rates starting from next month.
So he's like Lord Sangama Bay, but he still has his benevolent spirit. He's not like just evil money man. He's got his heart there. but now he's rich.
Also, about that designer you hired, I've had to revise his proposal 3 times now, but he just doesn't seem to...
Basically, he's a
Let's cut our
successful
losses.
architect.
Pay him his fee and send him on his way. I'd like you to get Layla on this instead. She was Cyrus's student, and she designed the Palace of Alcazarzare. Seems like a much safer choice. Who's sneaking around over there?
Interesting. Like, who's sneaking around? Is this Collei standing around? Interesting. So he's not an architect, or at least maybe he is, but he's a rich lord. Not exactly like Dory, because he seems to be interested in profit margins, and now Layla's an architect.
Mr.
Instead of
Kave?
a star researcher or Ratasawa, whatever the fuck the names of the school is.
Do you recognize this person, sir?
Yes, it's all right. We've met. This is Collei, Sethos' trainee. He brought her along the last time I went for drinks with him. What brings you to the city, Collei? Is your master here too?
He's buying tools.
No, this is all wrong! Why is Mr. Kave saying that too? Tainari is my master, not Sethos.
I wonder what allows her to break through the illusion.
I have to ask someone else. There's gotta be someone else out there who still remembers the truth.
Hey, wait! Don't run off!
Oh.
How strange. What's gotten into her today?
It's the Adventurers Guild girl who's running the meat stand also, instead of one of the Sumerians.
It's like everyone switched places. I guess I'll keep looking around.
Oh, you got anything to say? Extra?
Remember a while back when I was working on a renovation plan for the House of Dana?
Oh, no, he's still an architect.
Well, I submitted a report to the Grand Sage and he rejected it. It's infuriating. How does someone with no sense of aesthetics whatsoever even become the Grand Sage?
It's Al-Hatham.
Please, calm down, Lord Kave. Maybe it's for the best that the proposal wasn't approved. Weren't you planning on paying for the renovations out of your own pocket? The Grand Sage just saved you a huge sum of mora.
You're right. It's his loss if he doesn't want to work with me. Let him live out the rest
Super
of his days
wealthy
in an
merchant
artless
who
void
has it
for
all.
I care. Anyway, enough about that killjoy. There's supposed to be a show at the Zubair Theater today. Are you guys free later? Tickets are on me if you want to join.
So he's a super rich merchant who still wastes his money, or still not getting his money. No Katheryne. We already talked to all the researchers out here. These two aren't right. Actually, I actually check that. Check inside the shop. Okay, it's a woman and not the old man and his grandson.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Students are under so much pressure these days.
Let's see how this is gonna work. So Nilu is
Lots
a
of
warrior.
visitors today,
What's
I
Dea?
see.
Dia.
Welcome all. It's been a while.
Mahamantra
Hey,
at the
Rahman.
exchange.
You know that guy who sells face powder on Treasure Street? I haven't seen him around in a while. Any idea what happened to him?
Oh, you mean a Hongar? Yeah, he got into a brawl with Shavirme on Treasure
Mahamana.
Street. He's been banned from setting up shop there for now.
Seriously? Oh, well, that's a shame. I was planning to pick out some makeup for you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
So
The legendary Flame
is
Maid discussing makeup
Nilu's
with the
voice,
Zubair
alright.
Theater star
Hello?
dancer. Now there's something you don't see every day.
Flaming? You know, I'm not actually sure when people started calling me that. Maybe the other Eremites thought I needed a fiercer title to scare people off.
the whitest
To be
Eremite possible.
completely honest, I think the title would fit you better than me, Dia.
Yeah, it would.
You think? Can't say I've never imagined myself as a merc. If I ever give up the dancing, maybe I'll head to the desert and give the Eremite life a try.
It'd be pretty easy. He should have her arm not in the armband
Is that so strange?
or her mechanical gear
Oh, not
or
at all.
sleeve.
In fact, I've actually had similar thoughts before. If I ever get tired of sleeping out in the wild, I think I might go look for a job at the Zubair Theater. I've adored the dance of Sub-Zeros ever since the first time I saw you perform it. If the chance ever came
Can
up,
we see her
I'd
perform
love
it?
to try it out on stage for myself.
Really? If our manager Sataria heard you say that, she'd hold you to it.
I want to see her flame
Probably grab
dance.
you by the sleeve and never let you go again. Hey, when that day comes, I'll do your makeup myself. How's that sound?
Sure.
If the day comes, I'd be honored.
Not as high pitched as Neela usually is. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actress, but her voice got damaged via something.
Everyone I know, everything I've ever known. Suddenly it's all a jumbled mess.
Nilu, have you been to Aru Village?
Also, I like the fact that they still maintain what they're like.
I haven't seen in a while. I was wondering how she's doing.
Who could that be? Because it's not Candace. Haruzan is the defender of Aru Village? Okay.
I saw her not too long ago. She seemed completely absorbed in her research.
Research?
No
How would she be a
there,
researcher
then.
if she's a defender of
I'll
Aru
have to
Village?
catch up with her the next time I'm out that way.
It's weird. It's like their titles are changed and their abilities or whatever. Just not their abilities.
Who's right? Them or me? My head feels so heavy. I can't think straight.
The only one who's probably going to be able to break through the illusion is also going to hate them. But it makes me wonder, why the hell is Collei able to break through it? Oh, here's our General Mahamatra. Or whatever he
Hi,
is.
Mr. Sino. What are you thinking about?
There's a chapter in King of Invocations where the spirit of someone who died long ago possesses a living man's body. To the outside world, it looks like he's developed a whole new personality.
That looks like what's happening here.
I was just thinking how terrifying that would be for his friends. Imagine waking up one day to find that a friend of yours has suddenly become a different person.
Huh? So what got you thinking about that?
Personalities
I
are
don't know,
wrong.
but something feels off.
Okay, he
Everything
is supposed to be
looks
sharp.
fine on the surface, but can human perception really be trusted?
Is the actual world changed, or is Collei in a fucking bubble dimension? I did not expect Collei to be the driving factor for us to be able to see everything. That's just gonna be annoying. Okay. Alright, Layla and Dory. What the hell could Dory be doing if Layla's an architect?
All right, not a single Mora short. That covers you for this month's rent.
What a relief. I was worried the design fees I received this month wouldn't be enough.
So now Raha
Next time, don't fret. Just let me know and I'll give you a few days' grace. We've known each other long enough for that. Anyway, how are you settling in? I couldn't help but notice that you're staying up late quite often.
So there's always a scribe?
Yeah.
Renowned
I
architect,
can't
okay?
explain it. I just feel more inspired at night. Once I get in the zone, I can race through a whole bunch of drafts, no problem. But what about you? I keep hearing you sighing these days. Is everything okay?
Well, it's just... Don't you think this house is a little small? I guess I should be used to it after living here for so many years. But for some reason, I've been feeling claustrophobic recently. I want to move somewhere bigger.
Bigger house?
Once I've made enough Mora, I'm gonna buy a huge new house. As big as... at least as big as the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
That's a lot of money you're gonna need.
That sounds really expensive.
True. I'll never be able to afford it on a scribe's salary alone. I need to find another way.
So do some trading. Scribe salary, huh? So she just became a scribe who has aspirations to make money. And Layla is an architect who seemingly is able to do shit at night. There's our General Mahamatra.
Tainari, we've apprehended the suspect.
They say that the fool is prone to blind faith, but the wise man is not immune to it either.
Crazy how both
Siraj,
Mahamatras are dog
do you
names.
have anything to say in your
Sino's
defense?
not really a dog name.
Tainari, you were the one who turned the sages against me. Just a few words of caution from you was all it took to destroy my research.
This dude is still
And now you're trying to
a
stop me
villain?
again? You should know that mechanical life is the future. We must cast aside our useless flesh and...
That's basically what his story was before, when he put the people in the digital world. I mean, it's kind of like his story.
That's enough. I'm not in the mood to listen to your lunacy.
It's not Al-Hatham breaking
Anyone
his
can tell you
vision.
how amateur your work is.
Damn.
Karina, Ilias, put him somewhere safely out of the way.
That's very
Yes,
funny
sir.
because Tainari Story Quest deals with.
Next on the agenda is...
Master?
Unless
What is it?
Is that...
Wait, did Professor Zahahadi send you? She's been encouraging me to take on an apprentice. Might be getting a bit ahead of herself there, though.
Okay, the nice music show. Is that the right one, or is that the guy from... I can't remember. Now I can't remember. It's either the guy from Tighnari's Story Quest, in which he died because he was working a mechanical life. And he died in the cave because he, like, I don't know, starved to death or whatever the fuck. You get that whole cutscene, and then Tighnari takes his robot. Or is that the dude from... Because he has the I-band. Is that not the dude from Hatham Story Quest? Who puts people inside the, like, temporal dimension using the mind link? No, Hatham breaks it, showing that their minds being connected isn't ideal.
No, Master! It's me! Collei! Listen to me. Something really weird is going on in Sumeru City. It's like everyone's identities have switched around.
Collei about to get arrested.
You're not the General Mahamatra. You're a forest watcher. Just yesterday, we agreed to come to Sumeru City today to go shopping together, and...
Are you feeling okay?
All right, there's no rush. Let's back up a little. Your name is Collei, correct? Although this is our first meeting, you do seem strangely familiar somehow.
Already cried.
Is there anything I can help you with?
No.
Collei is the type to cry at distress.
What is it?
Meanwhile, in the real world. Oh, no.
Did you have another nightmare? I've told you before, when you're tired, lay down on your back in bed and get some proper sleep. It's much better for you than napping on your front. Poor posture obstructs your breathing, which can lead to all sorts of weird dreams.
Is that true?
Now, we're supposed to go shopping in Sumeru City today, remember? Cheer up. I'll take you to Hushang's. I heard he's got some new toys in stock. Go wash your face, take some deep breaths, and when you're ready, we'll head out.
Okay. Thanks, Master Tighnari. So it was just a dream.
Interesting. What about Collei has?
Dreams can sometimes be a warning of things that will soon come to pass.
Who said that?
Hey, you know what's kind of crazy? It's the second time Nicole has popped into the head. The first time we ever saw Nicole is when she popped into our heads in Sumeru City after we broke the vase again, after fixing everything.
That dream felt unusually real, didn't it? Here's my suggestion. Since you're heading into Sumeru City anyway, you may as well tell Lesser Lord Kusanali about everything that happened.
Yeah, she's the god of
just to be on the
dreams.
safe side, I think you should also inform your 2 traveler friends who once helped save Sumeru. I'd write them a letter if I were you.
Why does Collei get dreams?
Time is short. A storm is coming from beyond the bounds of fate.
Beyond the bounds of fate. Uh-oh. Someone's breaking the timeline. But why does Collei get visions? That's actually really interesting. Well, I'll see if they're going to explain that, because obviously she got the vision at the end of the Sumeru trailer. Or the other trailer, whatever the fuck it was.
No wonder Collei was in such a rush to write us a letter.
I finally tried to get the outfit.
Imagine waking up one day to find that everything around you has changed. You might not even recognize
Hey, the
Paimon
Schnitzner graduated.
Oh, that's a scary thought. Let's get to Sumeru and find out what the heck is going on.
Alright, shit should be broken there. What if Collei will recognize us if she's not infected? Okay, that's a whole ass achievement, huh? Enter Sumeru City. How long have we been going? Only 24 minutes, we'll keep going. Usually these things are an hour long. Oh boy, is everyone actually like normal?
Hey, mister. Are you a robot?
What is that actually? Hello? Who is this?
He's pretending to be human. He definitely doesn't want anyone to find out he's a robot.
I don't know who this is.
I am a robot.
Okay.
I was designed to infiltrate the human world undetected. My mission is to find an opportunity to destroy humanity.
That's your Nicodemus Bliss.
I knew it! It's just like in the picture books.
What do we do? We're the only ones who know his secret, right? Surely he won't silence us for good.
You have discovered my secret. Now I must take you as my prisoners. I will tickle your feet until you join the robot army.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one.
Don't be afraid. I'll protect you. Take this, robot!
Nut punch.
Stop! I was just kidding. I'm human.
Beat the fuck out of him, bro. What the fuck is? I've never seen that before. It was. That's not default, is it? I've never once seen that. Here's Ribat. Let's see, what's she doing?
Hey, now's not a good time to visit Sumeru City. We're actually getting ready to move out ourselves.
Okay. Who's we? Yeah, it's like a lot of stuff. What's going on?
Collei!
I should have talked to the other dude down south.
Traveler! Paimon! Thank goodness. I'm so glad you made it.
Of course! We won't let anything happen to you, Collei. So, what's going on in Sumeru City? Looks like lots of people are moving.
Evacuation order?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. After I wrote my letter, Master and I went to Sumeru City and told the Dendro Archon everything that I experienced, from start to finish.
What'd she say?
She was silent at first. It seemed like she was deep in thought. Then the next day, we got told that she was ordering everyone to leave Sumeru City immediately and move to Caravan Ribat.
The entire population of the city has to move?
Not just Sumeru City. The evacuation also includes Lokapala Jungle, Avidia Forest, Ashavan Realm, and Ardravi Valley.
Why the desert? Oh.
Basically, everyone living in the rainforest must temporarily relocate to Caravan Ribat.
That's not that Caravan Ribat.
Smokes! That's crazy!
A border of the
Yes,
desert?
it's quite an operation. Even if people only bring the bare essentials, the scale is simply enormous.
Migrating an entire country's
They've
worth of people.
requisitioned almost all the Sumpter Beasts in Sumeru for the task, including the entirety of Dori's Sumpter Beast Park.
All account of Collei's dream?
The Dendro Archon said that what Collei experienced was not a dream, but a warning.
Why does Collei receive
After our
premonitions
meeting,
then?
she immediately summoned the 6 sages to analyze the situation and discuss countermeasures. They concluded that the events seen in the dream are very likely to become a reality, and that an unknown danger is rapidly approaching. Oh, please keep that to yourself. We don't want to cause widespread panic. The official reason they've given is a large-scale renovation of the rainforest ecosystem. People are skeptical, but there haven't been any
A
major
renovation of an
events.
ecosystem?
So
What does that
far,
even mean?
at least.
It's just like a 10-year
Dendro
minimum
Archon
project.
seemed really worried when we spoke to her. She said you can go visit her in the Sanctuary of Surasthana when you arrive. She also said she'd hold out until the very end.
Hold out to the very end?
Collei, you got a minute? I need a hand here.
One moment, I'll be right there. As a forest watcher, I've been tasked with assisting with the relocation work. There's a lot to be done,
I can
and they
imagine
need all
so.
the help they can get. This will be the final group of evacuees from Sumeru City. While they're away from home, they'll be heavily reliant on outside help.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Thank you for coming in our time of need. As you can see, another crisis is upon us.
At least you're all trapped in it.
Excuse me, sorry to trouble you, but could you help an old man find his medicine? It's buried somewhere in my luggage.
Where's my mom? Where did she go?
Yeah, she'll be on Caravan Ribat. What the fuck you crying for?
Don't worry. It'll be okay.
Those items are worth a small fortune. Make sure you store them somewhere safe. You understand?
I bet you thought you'd get away with this in the chaos, huh? Guess again. No petty thief gets past me.
Still doing her job. That's what, yeah, exactly. All sorts of problems. Motherfuckers gonna be robbing houses while you're gone. Strange, the events of college took place in Sumeru City. Whatever the dangers afoot, but start with everyone
We
has
should
to.
go help the
This entire
evacuees.
forest is fucked.
See you around.
I'm so glad that you believed me and came all this way to help. It means a lot. Please stay safe.
Well, we'd heard news of this anyways.
We may not know exactly what's going on yet, but as long as we stick together, we'll find a way through this. Goodbye! Look after yourselves!
Will do. See ya.
See ya.
Paimon's
What a
not sure how
disaster.
she found the words to comfort Collei because, honestly, She's kind of nervous herself.
Oh, we got pyro powers. We're gonna burn this forest up.
And see Nahida.
Shout out to no one commenting on our insane drip, bro. Fuck you, Collei. Inside art. Ripped out to the 9s.
Who goes there? No unauthorized access to this place. By order of Mahamatra Sino.
Yeah, the Matra.
Are you blind? It's the Traveler and Paimon. Surely you've seen them before.
Well...
Oh, so it is. I'm sorry, I haven't been sleeping well lately. My nerves are a little frayed.
Well, what's been troubling you? Oh, I don't know. Being a part of a city guard that has to evacuate the entire city.
The Dendro Archon is in a very vulnerable state at the moment. Mahamatra Sino is concerned that our enemies might choose this moment to strike. So he's ordered us to strengthen our defenses.
A full guard.
Just seeing you two again already puts our minds at ease. Please, enter. I'm sure
Calling
everyone's
the full city
expecting you.
guard of the Core 30. Everyone on duty. What's going on with Miss Nahida? You usually don't see people in the shrine. Yeah, these are sages in our Mahamatra. Wanderer. Oh, hey,
Traveler, Paimon, you made
a
it.
temple, desert silence. Fucking silence.
Perfect timing. Reliable helpers like you are just what we need right now.
Sure, temple of silence should be able to launch some type of effort.
Good to see everyone again. Collei gave us a rough idea of what's going on, but we still have a lot of questions. What kind of danger is Sumeru City in exactly? And how come everyone has to move to Caravan Ribat?
We don't exactly know.
At this stage, we can't be certain. We're investigating, but no definitive answers yet.
I take it that Collei told you about her strange dream?
Yeah. Apparently, everyone in Sumeru City was acting super weird. Even you guys. It was like you'd all switched places.
That's right. Collei and Tighnari reported the situation to the Dendro Archon. She believes that it wasn't merely a dream, and that whatever it was has something to do with Irminsul.
It's a reasonable inference.
Ain't that the whole since that planet
Irminsul
again?
can people's memory and cognition be so significantly modified in such a short time?
How do you people know that?
We don't know why Collei would dream of these things, nor who was trying to warn her. The Dendro Archon decided to connect to Irminsul to investigate more thoroughly.
Ah, that's what you said. The Dendro Archon is vulnerable.
Irminsul is connected directly to the ley lines. The tree serves as a central hub where the ley lines converge, and its core function is to record and store the world's knowledge and memories. But something has gone awry, severely compromising the performance of this core function. Information is bottlenecking inside Irminsul, hampering the ley line's flow. If this continues, new information will languish unrecorded, with existing records thrown into disarray.
How does that happening? Something's bottlenecking it? Something's blocking it? Like an arterial block to the heart? Or like straight up, like your graphics card is stronger than your fucking, is being bottlenecked by your processor?
In short, the souls of the dead will be stranded, while the living have their sense of reality warped. In the long run, Collei's dream could well become a reality. And that's just the beginning. There's no telling what other nightmares could end up coming true.
I guess. Does that mean that Sumeru technically would be the first affected? Like, is information processed faster in proximity? Like, people of Sumeru have their Irminsul information processed faster than someone in like Nod-Krai because they're further away? Is that how that works? Therefore, you would see the effects in Sumeru first before you saw it hit the rest of the world. I mean, yeah, technically the ley lines literally travel, so, I mean, they're physical things, or metaphysical things. So...
I have come this far, to use my death to open the gates of the ley lines to my people.
The captain! Yeah, the captain was storing stranded souls inside his own heart. It was only after the rules of Night Kingdom were amended that they were finally able to return to the ley lines. Is that what Nahida's doing? She's storing all the dead of Teyvat inside herself? That was just one nation. The problem with Irminsul still can end up affecting all ley lines worldwide.
Faced with a growing backlog of information, The Dendro Archon decided to connect herself directly to Irminsul and take over the recording and processing function herself.
But it is an almost impossible task.
Manual audits?
Individual brains aren't equipped to deal with the sheer volume of knowledge and memories
I just think
involved.
she's a god,
All
not a
that
regular human.
information flooding in at once would instantly fry any human mind. And for a god, even for a god, the suffering must be unimaginable.
Hey.
The Dendro Archon's power originates from
You know, one
Irminsul.
motherfucker was able to do 500.
Any issue with the tree itself takes a toll on her to begin with. On top of that, she's subjecting herself to the grueling task of processing all that data. It must be torture for her. And despite all of this, she is somehow finding the strength to investigate the Irminsul situation from within and send us her findings.
I mean, I got like somehow. I mean,
I
she,
finished analyzing
he's the
the latest
Dendro
data.
Archon. It is her
Looks
job.
like our working theory was wrong. There's no signs of Irminsul having been attacked from the outside.
It's being attacked from the inside?
So it's internal then. Some sort of disease, perhaps.
Forbidden knowledge? That's what's happening before with Alakazar.
I've spent half my life studying the ley lines. If Irminsul malfunctioned this easily, the world would have met its end long ago.
Yeah.
Sino? What is it?
Ain't no way this nigga's gonna figure anything out.
Not long ago, I got a tip from the Core of 30 that a large number of unidentified merchant caravans had recently been spotted entering Sumeru through Beta Harbor. At first, I suspected that they might have something to do with all this, so I sent some people to investigate. But if Irminsul wasn't attacked from the outside...
Don't you think there are more important things to worry about right now than guessing who's behind all this? It's been over 12 hours with no new intel. If even the Keeper of Irminsul is this badly affected, you can imagine how bad things are in there.
World's falling apart. So that's like how bad things are in there. I think the Dendro Archon just fucking died.
Nahida!
I think her connection literally just got cut.
What's wrong?
Her breathing is weak, and her elemental energy levels are dangerously low.
You can just tell that by
Looks
looking.
like it's time to move to the backup plan.
What's the backup plan?
Actually, what is our
Get out
backup
of
plan?
the city and take the Dendro Archon with us. The entrance to Irminsul is directly beneath the sanctuary of Surasthana. That means this is ground zero if anything goes wrong.
The Dendro Archon has a very strong connection to Irminsul. But theoretically, this connection should grow weaker with distance. Under normal circumstances, she could unleash her full power here. But with Irminsul out of control, our first priority is to get her away from here.
The situation is critical. There's no time to deliberate. Everyone in agreement?
Okay, let's get her to the desert.
I'll deal with it. I'll also let the Matra and the Core of 30 know to start evacuating.
Jeez, interesting though. Well, I guess if you know the attack isn't coming from outside, there's no point to defend this. But the attack is still happening, so leaving this place. What's the traveler have to carry her? No problem. It's like, no one else is going to carry her?
No sense grieving
You
when there's
think
nothing
every
more we
single
can
guard
do.
in the city would be the one defending her? I guess if she's with us, we're safe.
Agreed. We'll be back as soon as this is over.
I don't know if we will be back, to be honest. I feel so quiet, like no music or anything. Like how she just fell, but she hit the ground, like Wanderer when he went head first after she took his noses. Will we load her body after a cargo container?
The last group of civilians has been safely evacuated. Dendro Archon's carriage will travel with them. Sino and Hat Guy will protect the convoy.
Really? We're gonna call her Hacker?
With the Dendro Archon in a coma, we've lost our means of investigating the situation.
Not necessarily.
And with Irminsul still deteriorating, we have no choice but to evacuate Sumeru City. Feels as though we're being pushed along by an invisible hand.
Someone doesn't want you in the city.
Stop moaning, Cyrus. We're the teachers here. We should be showing a little more confidence, don't you think?
I mean,
wise judgment.
Can't be confident in a situation you have no ability to analyze.
Caravan Ribat.
Well, we're the last marching unit. Irminsul goes, the entire world dies, by the way. So.
Sir, all units are in position.
Oh boy, for 2 soldiers in the desert.
Everything is going to plan. Interfering with Sumeru City is a necessary step, so do not hesitate.
Well, he got the rings.
Irminsul situation will not harm you.
Another harbinger.
We need to speed things up here, too. We don't want to keep our client waiting, do we?
No, sir. You have my word. Everything will be completed on schedule.
What the winter for 2 soldier uniforms?
They say that fervent ambition attracts the favor of the gods, and with it, a vision. But we appear to be the exception. So, is our ambition not strong enough? Or does it threaten the very foundations of this world?
It's true. Fervent ambition to save this world or it can join with it. Not the ambitions to fight against it. You got anything to say? Yeah, great.
What?
You saw me?
Nothing. You just looked like you were lost in thought there.
Last time we saw him, he took his core out and Nod-Krai.
What's going on?
From what I know about Irminsul, the system doesn't break down that easily.
Yeah,
I don't have the
core
faintest
made out
idea who could have done this. Actually, one name did cross my mind. But, he's already dead.
Yeah, I don't think Tori's actually dead, buddy. These 2 assholes?
So, can I assume that this period of time away won't count as part of the rental period? Maybe we should deduct it from next month's payment.
You might be dead, buddy.
Great! Wait, why are you suddenly being so reasonable? What's the catch?
The catch is that the world's at the fucking
I'm always
die.
reasonable with rental payments. Like the time I refused to let you use that wine you brought home as collateral.
That was a perfectly fair request, and you know it! Everyone runs low on funds now and then, don't they? And that bottle of wine wasn't cheap. You ought to be thanking me. Anyway, Sumeru City should be empty by now, right? With no one at home, I've been worried about security.
I'm worried about burglars. What would they steal? That new scroll you bought?
Ah! I'd almost forgotten about that. Oh, I only went and hung it up in the most conspicuous spot in the house. If anyone breaks in, it'll be the first thing they see.
Wow, they'll steal it.
Well, no one but you gave it a second look while it was on display in the shop. I doubt anyone would go out of their way to steal it.
You say that, but what if there's a thief out there who shares my aesthetic tastes?
Like who?
Then you can only hope he shares your taste in expensive wine as well. Always worth having some collateral.
Love.
You!
Sad that there are basically one-note characters who have no personality because they refuse to involve them. But it's always fun to see their interaction. Who else is around here? Oh my god, it's Academia Member number 2. Well, Collei, you doomed Sumeru City by having a god-level vision.
How is the Dendro Archon?
Is Collei a visionary?
Her breathing is steady.
How was she able to see this
I
stuff?
prepared some
How did
therapeutic
Nicole
incense
know she
for
was able
her,
to see this stuff?
but it hasn't had much effect. Her vitals are still very weak. Based on the information you've provided, I have a working hypothesis. Her condition is partly due to Irminsul's influence, and partly due to a physiological imbalance caused by the rapid depletion of her power. Elemental energy usually flows through the body at a relatively constant rate. The body grows accustomed to this rhythm, so when it's thrown out of balance, physical symptoms will appear.
Is this similar to the ley lines?
Yeah, isn't that what
Overloading
happened?
and withering both directly affect their vitality, potentially causing irreversible damage.
Correct. From a biological perspective, if you overexert yourself, you pay the price with your life. The Dendro Archon is not only drained of power, but her life force is at a critically low level.
Is there any way to restore her health? I know the ley lines have strong self-healing abilities. As long as any blockages or pollutions are dealt with, they can quickly regain their vitality. But what about people? Well, gods. What's their capacity for self-healing?
Before we think about that,
How do gods
there's
survive?
a bigger predicament to resolve. Restoring the Dendro Archon's power requires us to heal Irminsul first. But that will be extremely difficult without the Dendro Archon's power.
Paimon's already getting lost here.
What could possibly repair Irminsul? If not for the woman herself who runs Irminsul.
Master Tighnari and Sino look so serious. I've not heard Master speak in this tone for a long time.
Tighnari.
They look serious. The fate of the world is on the line. It's all the sages.
Master Nephis, sages.
This is all the sages? Holy fuck, would y'all look like a goofy ass.
Haven't seen you in ages. Have you gotten taller? Or did your ears get longer?
Hopefully the former, Uncle Baladuri.
Sino, where's Professor Cyrus? I thought he'd be with you.
He went out into the wild to investigate the situation.
What?
He said that the Irminsul anomaly will likely start to affect the real world soon.
He shouldn't be trotting around alone at his age. Which way did he go? I'll look for him later.
Would someone mind introducing us?
Yeah, these are the sages we've never heard
Yes,
about.
of course. Allow me to do the honors. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Traveler and Paimon. They're the heroes who helped foil Azar's conspiracy and save Sumeru.
Yeah.
These gentlemen and I are the 6 current sages of the Academia. Balduri and I are part of the Old Guard, while the other 4 took office after Azar and his clique fell from power.
Well, you two are originals, huh?
We have Sage Alkindi of the Spontamod Darshan, Sage Farnas of Kasharawar, Rataoist Sage Shakir, and finally Harabatot Sage Rusht.
Nice to meet
You all
you
look like a bunch of white dudes. Not a single dark-skinned person besides Cyrus, huh?
I've heard much about you. Delighted to finally meet you in person.
You're younger than I imagined for someone with the power to stand up to fate itself.
Yeah, Star-Lord.
Thank you for lending your aid to Sumeru once more.
You know how that goes.
Once we're on the other side of this, could we get a photo together? My daughter has a friend named Isak. He's always talking about you two.
Of course!
Oh.
No
Just
true
Isak's
hero
your
would deny a
grandson?
child their wish.
What the hell are you talking about, Paimon?
Back to business.
Yeah, honestly.
So with the Dendro Archon currently in a coma, the people have taken temporary refuge at Caravan Ribat, but they cannot stay here forever.
Yeah, because the
We need to
Amorites
come
don't
up
want to
with
hold
a
these people
plan as
around.
soon as possible. Farnas, any thoughts?
Well, firstly, having reviewed the data, I'm inclined to agree with your assessment. This doesn't look like an attack on Irminsul from the outside. Rather, it resembles a malfunctioning machine. Calculations going haywire and sparks flying.
Very
That being said, before we consider
visionary.
how to fix it, we need to understand precisely what has gone wrong. Furthermore, we somehow need to ascertain this without relying on the Dendro Archon's power.
We have no direct access
I
to
said, how do we access Irminsul without her?
However, we might be able to gather the information we need from the ley lines.
That is true.
Study the branches to learn about the trunk, in other words. Wait, is that what Cyrus is up to? No wonder he ran off to research in the wild. Curse always one step ahead of me, isn't he?
That's what you get for having
I
that hairline.
heard that while in the sanctuary of Surasthana, the Dendro Archon had to serve as the central information hub herself. This is a clear sign the situation within Irminsul might be far worse than we can imagine.
Oh, yes.
Irminsul is vital, not just to the safety of Sumeru, but to all of Teyvat.
Yeah, people
We must be
say
the
that.
ones to bear responsibility
Wait,
for this world.
This isn't
To be on the safe side.
Oh my god.
I think we need to consider some backup plans.
I think we need to this is we talked about this in Nod-Krai about why don't we contact the other? This is literally a contact the 7 nations. Every single Archon should be here at a level event because Irminsul goes, the world dies. This is a world-ending event.
Are you saying we should consider a scenario in which Irminsul is completely destroyed?
Yeah.
I'm merely pointing out that the possibility exists.
Yeah, this is a crisis
You have a valid
of
point.
unprecedented levels.
But
We
until
might not
worst
be able
comes
to do
to
anything.
worst, I believe we should focus our efforts on resolving the Irminsul anomaly and helping it recover.
Collei, I understand that you were the first to foresee this crisis. If it's all right, I'd like to talk with you about it in more detail.
True, because he's
Of course. But
Spontamon's all about read the stars and be able to see fate because
If
that
there are no signs
evacuation.
of external damage, could it be a stress fracture? Metals tend to suffer from this issue with long-term use. And Irminsul has existed for centuries, after all.
For centuries. Brother, Irminsul exists at the beginning of time, hasn't it?
It's possible, but surely a stress fracture would be more likely to cause a complete shutdown rather than chaos.
Sages, General Mahamatra. Sorry to interrupt, but something has come up.
What's come up?
What happened?
Some citizens didn't believe that Sumeru City was really in any danger. They slipped away and hid during the relocation, intending to return home.
Oh boy.
How many people are we talking?
Couple hundred.
About a dozen.
Okay.
Sakura found them while on patrol, but they appeared to be suffering from psychosis. For whatever reason, they were trying to kill each other. By the time we arrived, there were only 2 survivors. One was unconscious from their injuries. The other tried to attack us, but was subdued.
Where did this happen?
On the road out to the
Near
city.
Yasna Monument.
That's not far from Caravan Ribat.
Master.
Infection spreading. And fast.
I know. The Irminsul anomaly is beginning to have effects in the world. I didn't expect it to spread to Yasna Monument so soon. It almost feels like we're being chased relentlessly, with no time to catch our breath.
Sir Cyrus said the same thing. He sent me back to report in, while he continues investigating.
Oh, he's gonna go insane
I'll
himself.
go join him.
I will come with you, because that motherfucker gonna be going crazy.
Count me in too. Don't let my age fool you. I can still fend for myself.
Yeah, with that hairstyle, you
Very
better be
well.
a Street Fighter character.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will continue discussing our next steps.
Get back soon.
Let's try.
Take care of yourselves. It's getting dangerous out there.
Yeah, dangerous ain't exactly the understatement of the year, bro. We're screwed. At least we have to finally meet all the sages.
I thought we'd be safer once we got to Caravan Ribat.
Why would we be safer, bro?
If the Irminsul anomaly's sphere of influence continues to expand, our only option will be to move into the desert.
That still won't stop it.
To Aru village? We should check if they can accommodate so many people.
Ah, the entirety of
Essential
Sumeru becomes a
supplies will
desert.
also become an issue. We were only able to relocate here so quickly because Caravan Ribat is well stocked.
Any further
If
to
we
the
move to the
desert?
desert, we'll need to carefully calculate how much food and water to bring.
Don't be nervous, Collei. I just wanted to ask, have you ever had similar dreams to this one before?
Yeah, the one time.
Similar how?
Visions of the future?
Dreams so vivid, they seem real. Filled with strange or dangerous things that you cannot explain.
Let me think. There was one time. I don't remember it very clearly, but I saw
Irminsul burning.
fire.
Fire?
Yeah. I wish I could give you more details, but all I remember is fire everywhere. From the sky to the ground, everything was burning. The heat was unbearable, and ashes were blowing in the wind.
I doubt this dream was a mere coincidence. Perhaps it was some kind of prophecy? And yet, you've never
I wonder
studied
if Collei is a
astrology.
visionary.
I'm at a loss to explain
We
it.
know Venlendofir, he was just born with the ability to see. I wonder if Collei, either because the injected god remains, or Sino's seal, or something, maybe Dotori's experiment, she legitimately is a visionary.
Thank you for everything, Tainari.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. But if you don't mind me saying so, Master, you're looking a little nervous yourself.
You should be nervous,
I
bro.
only just got appointed as Grand Sage.
Oh, he's Grand
And now
Sage, huh?
this happens. It's quite overwhelming. Looking back now,
Guess I'll hate them as
I
not
don't think I
acting
handled
Grand
the
Sage anymore.
situation with Azar very well at all. Yes, I protested, but I went about it the wrong way. Instead of helping, I just ended up getting locked away. Now that I'm the Grand Sage, I have to be responsible for everyone's lives, including the dozen or so who fled to Yasna Monument. I can't help but blame myself for their deaths.
I don't think you can really
It's only
blame this.
natural that you want to do the best job
A
you
bit
can.
way to blame yourself, but Irminsul
Master,
is shattering.
we both know perfection is impossible.
You are right.
we may well be heading into the desert before long. Feeling up to it?
Yeah, desert jackal.
We
We
left
can't
in
throw out
such
the
a
desert.
hurry that I didn't bring any sun lotion, but I'm sure I can make some from local ingredients here. That was a big part of my graduation thesis, after all. Still remember?
Of course, like it was yesterday. I remember asking you if you'd like to stay and teach, but you turned me down without a moment's consideration.
I'm out the school.
Anyone else would fight tooth and nail for the chance to research by my side, but you couldn't get out the door fast enough. Weren't you afraid I'd hold up your thesis and stop you from graduating?
Not a damn
If you pulled a
concern.
move like that, I would have reported you to the Matra right away.
You wouldn't give me a second chance? What about the bond between mentor and student?
No, Master. I would not sit by and watch you go astray.
Very good. Then I taught you well.
Yeah, listen, dickhead. Like nothing.
What?
No new dialogue.
From what I know about, I don't have the faintest idea.
But he's dead. You sure about that?
Keep your eyes peeled. It's down to us to maintain order at this time.
Gotta maintain peace.
This is a direct command from the Mahamatra. Everyone stay vigilant. We cannot allow bad actors to take advantage of the chaos.
Executions for anyone who even steps out of line. Only option we got left.
Take this medicine and get some rest. Long
you
journeys
got
are
this.
fatiguing at the best of times, and it's taken a toll on your health. Please focus on recovering for the next couple of days.
Got it. Thank you.
Who else is around here that we can talk to? No one? How far out is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no fast travel. Damn, I walked all the way up here. It's like I walked the whole fucking distance. Actually, no, I don't. He wasn't that far off. Kind of lost for words for trying to, like, you know, commentate and all this stuff, you know, the first part, but, like, we don't really know what the threat is. I mean, we know what the threat is. But we
Don't go
don't
any
know
further.
who
As you get closer to
behind it.
Sumeru
Yeah.
City,
Can't really
there's no
speculate.
knowing what dangers you might encounter.
So this is our mentally disturbed man?
There's a couple more of them.
I'm going to gut you all.
That's not good. Irminsul driven psychosis.
Cyrus, you didn't even bring a single guard? Do you think you're some sort of warrior?
Well, with your ley line
It's
goggles should help us.
fine. Come here and look at this.
The fuck is that?
Oh, it's...
A digital ley line blossom.
That's right. Flowers that bloom from openings in the ley lines, indicating some sort of anomaly.
I don't believe I've ever seen a color like this before.
Did you discover it nearby?
I mean, it's
Not
nearby.
just here. Way over there, too. They're everywhere. There's even more in that direction.
Someone's busting the ley lines open. Or forcing an evolution.
How
Or
did you
growth.
ascertain the situation further ahead? Didn't you just say that we can't go beyond this point?
Yeah, that's why you
Yes.
can't go beyond this point.
This area is relatively safe so far, but if you continue forward, delusions will start afflicting your mind. However, some vision-bearing mercenaries were able to maintain their sanity a little better. They're the ones who brought back news from further afield.
Sino, do you remember the class I taught on dissecting ley line blossoms?
No.
I do, Professor. I received full marks in that course.
That's great, dog.
Good.
Who gives a shit?
After
You
all
remember the
these
class?
years, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. There must be anomalous information hidden within these blossoms. Alkindi, I'll need your help as well.
Nice,
Been a
bro.
while since
You
we
get the
worked on a
scientific,
project together,
high
hasn't it?
intelligence level
Sure has.
interaction with the lore of the world.
What are we waiting for?
I want to come
Let's
through
get to
Sumeru.
work.
Anything we can do to help?
The fact Nahida once said that the Emptiness doesn't get. Were we supposed to say that? Or did we say that out loud? Or. Anyways. It doesn't connect any information about us, so we should be fine. We'll see what we can
Will you
find.
need my help?
Nah.
All right, well, don't
Also, how
go
you
too
going?
far.
Nahida said we're so interested about me. We have to leave Paimon then.
Let's regroup at Caravan Ribat later. Don't worry if you don't show up. I'll come and find you.
I was gonna say, Paimon can't join us for this. She'll get cooked. Yeah, okay. No, she has to be back there.
All right, well.
Let's regroup at Caravan.
Yeah, okay. Same dialogue, just funny. Well, let's investigate. Can't be that bad. Dark clouds gather in the sky. The church side of things are approaching. Storm is approaching. I am the storm. Paimon, you sure you want to come with us? You're not immune to ley line corruption. Slowly but surely, the strange weather is spreading. The rainforest creatures must have sensed something's wrong too, because they're beginning to flee too. We don't have much time left. Katheryne said to help the Dendro Archon regain her power, we need to have Irminsul. The healing Irminsul requires the Dendro Archon's power. Is there any way to solve this fucking horrific oxymoronic loop of a puzzle?
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power.
Wow, just hard cut to her second story quest.
Slowly begin to heal.
The heart of the Oasis, huh? If I use Apep's Heart of the Oasis, I might be able to help Nahida replenish her lost ninja power without any need to rely on Irminsul.
What is it? You thought of something?
We gotta go contact the fucking Dendro Sovereign.
Really? Then let's get back and tell the others!
I don't know if we can tell them. That's it? We walked 2 feet out there, we figured that out? What did we investigate? What an investigation.
Whew. Glad to see you've returned safe and sound.
We didn't do much investigating.
Any longer and we would have gone out looking for you.
Yeah, you would have died had you done that. But
Well, this is a nice surprise. Paimon sure feels better with everyone we know here.
I had Paimon resist the ley line corruption. Also, we didn't even go that far. We kind of just stood at the edge of the mist, looked around, and said, wait a minute, we can just get Apep.
We've made some progress, so let's start by giving you and Paimon a quick update.
What the hell have you figured out?
By dissecting the ley line's blossoms, we've been able to deduce that although Irminsul is experiencing an anomaly, it has not completely rejected access from the outside. The Dendro Archon has the power to connect to Irminsul.
Broken inside and damaged.
But there's also another way. I assume you recall the devices everyone was wearing when you first arrived in Sumeru?
Oh, the Akasha?
Devices? Oh, wait. You mean...
It's cool, the Akasha did inject information.
Akasha terminals?
We turned that shit off, didn't we?
That's right.
And the Dendro Gnosis was powering it.
It's been so long, Paimon almost forgot all about the Akasha. Wasn't it shut down, though?
Yes, but although the system isn't currently operational, the technological infrastructure is all still there.
How did someone technologically link into
Irminsul? Someone gets so bored at work that he's actually read through every single one of the instruction manuals.
No prizes for guessing who that was.
I mean, yeah,
if
also...
praising others is that embarrassing for you, you can simply spare yourself the ordeal.
It's funny, a lot of this stuff is like tying into story quests, or little hints in it. The same reason he was able to defeat the dude who had the minds linked by breaking the control panel and overriding them via their ego was also because he studied the Akasha terminal. Little tidbits of stories that you can get.
To say anything nice about him, there's no denying his intelligence. He rarely forgets anything he's read.
Like me!
The Akasha is exactly what Sumeru needs at this moment. Between us, we should have all the knowledge and expertise we need to get it up and running again.
This is a bait if I've ever seen one, bro. Irminsul's broken and infected, and so we need super mind power. So let's turn on the Akasha terminal, which is slightly connected to the infected Irminsul, which goes into everyone's brains. We're about to see everyone get infected. Fucking King Deshret style. And there goes a celestial nail to wipe out the rest of the forest.
But if I recall correctly, doesn't the Akasha need a Gnosis to function? That's exactly right. The Akasha relies on the Gnosis as a power source,
So
and in its
Gnosis.
absence, we'll need to find an alternative. To tackle this problem, it looks like we'll be relocating once again.
There's only one Gnosis that's available, and that's the Pyro Archon's Gnosis. And then on top of that, what other power source could you possibly use to power it? Something from King Deshret's time? There might be that. The fucking ancient Oasis with the Katheryne energy source? Energy bricks? That could be one. Apep?
Namely, to the Temple of Silence. Ring any bells?
Oh.
It's the only major institution in Sumeru dedicated to preserving the knowledge of King Deshret's civilization. You might find the answers you're looking for hiding there.
I agree. There's
It's
a
true.
good chance.
They had mind connection technology and suffered corruption via it. That's all kind of things we're going to be experiencing here, so.
Master Nephis and the other
You don't want to
sages
repeat
have
history. Might as well
discussed
learn from the people who suffered
As the
from it.
chaos from Irminsul continues to spread, Caravan Ribat won't be a safe haven for much longer.
Great.
We have to move into the desert next. The scholars and sages will head to the Temple of Silence, while the civilian population seeks refuge in our
Mind you, the entire country's population is
The
moving to
Eremites
the
will
desert.
keep everyone safe during the journey, and Candace will be there to receive us at the village.
This leaves us just one thing to worry about.
No, that connection between the desert and the
Dendro
forest
Archon.
is shattered now.
She's very weak. We can't afford to wait until Irminsul is fixed. There has to be another way to help her.
We can work on that.
Well, luckily, the Traveler had a eureka moment while we were out investigating.
Interesting. So we're gonna have the scholars and sages of the Temple of Silence trying to figure out how to power Akasha. We're gonna have all the other characters, all non-story related ones, be in Aru Village, just there with the civilian population dealing with that. So they're not story essential, so we know where they are. And then we have us helping the Dendro Archon, and then all of it's gonna come together. And yada.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, nice one, Traveler. Let's hear it.
Yeah, everyone's like, really? You actually figured out a way to heal the Dendro Archon?
What say our Amorta experts?
Theoretically, it's feasible. From what you're saying, although elemental life and elemental energy have their differences, the Dendro Archon has explicitly stated that she can imitate the power of the former. In which case, as long as a Pep is willing, she should be able to convert her own power into a form that the Archon can use.
Isn't that already what
It
she
wouldn't be
technically were
difficult
doing?
for
Because
her
we
at
have the
all.
throne?
The only problem is convincing her to help.
Like how people are like, I love the fact that we just told them that a living sovereign from the ancient primordial times of the beginning of the universe of this planet exists and is out in the desert. And they're like, no, all you gotta do is convince her. Like,
Yeah! Even though she wasn't exactly friendly the last time we met, she didn't refuse to talk with us. When she realizes the danger that Nahida is in, surely she won't turn a blind eye to it. Well, hopefully not.
yeah, hopefully.
Either way, we're not exactly spoiled
Sovereigns
for
don't
choice
give a
here.
fuck about humanity or
Hey,
Archons,
it's better than
especially.
having no options at all.
Well, at least this
I
one doesn't.
agree.
The Hydra one's with us.
Without Irminsul's aid, the legendary Dendro dragon Apep may well be the only living thing in Sumeru who can help our Archon recover her power.
See, this is where we gotta get the other Archons. We gotta get the other Archons to come in here and help us out. Because we're gonna need we're gonna need to go to Notlin to get the Pyronosis, to activate the Akasha. And then we're gonna need to get Nouvelette from Fontaine so he can talk to the Dendro Sovereign.
There's no time to lose. I'll bring this proposal to Master right away. If he and the other sages agree, we'll split into 3 teams. The academics will go to the Temple of Silence
Like
to
I
look
said,
for a
yeah.
solution to the Akasha problem.
Yeah.
The Eremites will escort the civilians safely to Aru Village, and the Traveler and Paimon will take the Dendro Archon to see a Pep.
There's still a long road ahead, and
This
no
should-
knowing if we'll make it. But at least we have a direction now. I'll take it over floundering around in confusion.
Yep, story's set.
If there are no objections, then let's proceed. But before we adjourn, I would like to leave you all with some parting words.
What's that?
No matter the distance between us, there will always be an invisible force tying us together. May the bonds forged in the past shine bright like stars and open a new path before our feet.
Huh. Is that from King of Invocations?
No, this dude.
No. This one's from King of Invocations, the sequel.
A sequel.
What's the difference?
It's the sequel.
The sequel's much cooler.
Yeah, exactly. They
Couldn't
can.
agree more.
Yeah, great.
Well, it was very apropos. Once this
No
is
one
all
gave
over,
a shit.
I'll give everyone a copy of King of Invocations and the sequel to show my gratitude.
I don't need that.
Come on, let's get moving.
Keep it serious, will you? Also, there's an invisible force that binds us together. Yeah, bro, it's called Irminsul and it's currently dying. Ass clown. Inform the Grand Sage of the plan. Alright, this will be the last thing we do then. Tell the Grand Sage.
Tighnari has brought me up to speed. I approve of your plan of action.
Yeah.
But we can't proceed with everything right away. The people need to rest.
Cool.
For many of them, this will be their first
We're the
time
one dealing
in the
with
desert,
APAP. Who cares?
So we'll need to find additional personnel to help escort them.
Brothers,
You
gross.
two, please go on ahead with the Dendro
Yeah, I said,
Archon.
yeah, we got a job to
Let's
do.
rendezvous at the Temple of Silence later.
No problem. We got practice.
Our plan doesn't require
Words
fucking work
can't
of anybody.
express my gratitude. So let me just say, I hope everything goes smoothly for all of us. Goodbye for now.
Alright, Grand Sage. This motherfucker finna die, bro.
Let's get going.
Get the voice of Yeshun Gong's brother.
Correctly, the last time we saw a pep was in...
The desert cave system.
Traveler, Paimon. Could I borrow you guys for a moment? It'll only take a second.
We're kind of on a real time limit here to save the world, so speed it up, Collei.
Well, the thing is...
I heard a voice in my head.
Master Tainari once told me, after you raise a problem, you should think about how to resolve it. But ever since I had that dream, I feel like I haven't been of any help at all.
What, you're gonna come with us to
I tried
APEP?
my best to keep up with the conversation, but there was so much new information, I couldn't take it all in. So, I just wanted to ask, do you have any tips for me there?
Paimon knows exactly how you feel. But fear not, everything you need to know is right here in Paimon's notes. Sumeru chapter.
Yeah, she already wrote everything down.
Tons of info about all the things we've seen and heard on our adventures. Some parts are a little simplified, but hopefully it all makes sense.
Yeah, this is what Paimon's been doing since the start of the game, by the way, keeping notes in a journal of every single thing. These are smart notes.
See? Being the greatest guide in Teyvat isn't just a fancy title. It takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah, she has to repeat all the information for the retards to play the game.
Understand the things you're talking about with other people. Whenever that happens, she notes down the confusing parts and goes over them in her own time.
That's great.
This is perfect.
This book is going to get us struck down by the gods.
Matter of fact, you can keep it if you want. Paimon has another copy.
How do you have two
The
copies?
spare copy was originally meant for the traveler. Paimon used to worry that one day he might not need a guide anymore, so she wanted to have a gift for him in case we ever parted ways.
But now you're giving it to fucking...
It doesn't seem so necessary nowadays. We have so many more places to see together. One copy will be enough for both of us.
Make another copy.
so
Some
much.
point. It's just be printing presses and scan docs.
Treasured memories. I think I'll make my own copy and then return the original to you.
Sure, whatever you say.
Anyway, that was all. I won't keep you any longer. Have a safe trip.
Reminder.
See you again soon.
In the background, they don't ever discuss it. But Paimon is... It's always in the birthday notes. It's training under Al-Haytham at the academia.
Grouch is in a negotiating mood.
So they didn't even mention it, but like... Paimon spent a lot of time in Sumeru. Guiding notes. Oh, so it's an actual mechanic. Okay. Shout out to a lore-based mechanical introduction. Well, let's go see APEP and save Nahida.